are live, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. I, welcome to episode 2 of the Outta Bounds Podcast. I go by the name of Liddell, the fashionista, manager editor, right here at True Agriculture Magazine. I'm here alongside the other two members of our big three. Introduce yourselves, fellas, to the people.
Well,
Kyrie.
it's Donovan.
Me? That's me? I didn't know I can go first, man. Hold on. But yeah,
Always.
hey, everybody. Hey, man, let me run point. Like I said, simple. But, hey, everybody. Noah sitting here. Glad to be here.
A.K.A. Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
Who you represent? You represent the Seattle Mariners, Ken Griffey Jr.?
Bro, hey, Ken Griffey, bro. That's my team. Shout out to the Mariners, bro.
Oh, God.
Man, I can do the AKAs. Next show, we go. I'm about some AKAs for my intro.
Yeah, that should definitely be your thing. AKA
Kyrie
just
Irving.
name drop people. And then we also have our Philly fanatic. Introduce yourself to the people. Philly fanatic.
Always. Donovan Wilkins, contributing writing journalist for True Urban Culture, specializing in sports, film, and music.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, fellas. Now, obviously, like we all have different, teams that we root for. I root personally for the Dallas Mavericks in basketball, the Milwaukee Brewers in baseball. No, we just found out you're a Seattle Mariners fan. I feel sorry for you, bro.
Hey, man.
I feel sorry for you because y'all never won none since you've been alive. So I don't know. And then we got Donovan here, the Philly fanatic who thinks that Eric Snow is more important to the Philadelphia 76ers than Allen Iverson was.
Words that were taken out of context, guys.
It's too early for you to have a tag, bro. The game just started.
After all AI gave to Philly, bro, he played hurt night in and night out. He had more heart than a lot of today's NBA players in that aspect. No days rest. None of that game management, load management nonsense. Like he was like a true warrior. From the beginning. So I don't know, but hey, it is what it is. He likes Eric Snow, Aaron McKee. I'm Allen Iverson guy. I think he's the greatest athlete in the history of Philly sports outside Dr. J. But it is what it is on that.
I'm only 21.
He couldn't handle it. See, I was speaking the truth. That he dropped off. He couldn't handle it. All right, but he back. I thought you couldn't handle the heat, man. I thought you couldn't handle the heat for a minute.
There's connection issues, or you could say whenever Philly's mentioned in a bad name, I just drop out. Like,
no. That's God giving you a pet. God's like, nah, Joe, we're not gonna do that right now.
God knows he's gonna speak on some nonsense, but yeah, man, AI, he was a true warrior, man. Like, dude played hurt night in, night out for 82 games. But the reason why I was speaking on injuries because, as you fellas know, there's been a rash of injuries happening in the NBA over the past couple of weeks. A rash of injuries since post All-Star break. Beginning with LaMelo Ball, who was a Rookie of the Year hopeful. Then we lost Anthony Davis. Well, actually, he's been hurt since before the All-Star break. LeBron James, Jamal Murray unfortunately went down with a torn ACL. And then just last night, Donovan Mitchell. So let's start this off with this, fellas. Do you guys think the NBA compressed schedule is ruining this NBA season?
Yeah. I mean, like whenever you rush anything and like you try to put something together just for like ratings, money, whatever, you're gonna have a lot of injuries. Like I remember playing travel lacrosse. We had games back. Like it was a lot. And kids got injured because you didn't get to stretch properly, or you didn't get to get treatment, or you didn't get to get certain things to make you play more than once, play more games healthy at that. So you put that on a bigger stage with a lot more on the line. Some dudes gonna be like, my ankle too. I can play with that. I'm good. So yeah, I feel like the season, it being so condensed, it definitely contributes to these players being injured.
Well, no, I don't agree with that, and here's why. Because they supposed to say that modern medicine is supposed to be, at today's athlete's advantage, right? Because KD had torn Achilles. Granted, KD he's been like in and out of the lineup this season, but most people credit that towards maybe it's the fact that the simple fact that the Brooklyn Nets they're trying to be careful with him because obviously like they're loaded with star power. You know, they have Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Blake Griffin. They have LaMarcus Aldridge, but we're gonna get into that situation in the next segment. So I could kind of see where they'd be like, well, we don't technically need KD for the regular season. We just need it for the playoffs. But KD, like he still looked like the same KD pre Achilles tear. Correct me if I'm wrong. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah, I think that can be said.
And even like with Russell Westbrook, he's 32 years old. Yes, he had a series of injuries, but Russ, like he's still Mr. Triple Double. He's still as explosive as ever. So I just say we're looking back at how, like the simple fact that this is a 72 game season, like granted like they squeeze in like so many back to backs toward the latter half of the season. But I just disagree with that for the simple fact, like I said, like we coming from a previous era of Iron Man, like guys like AI played hurt, Kobe played hurt, so
Here's the old heads. Talk about back in the 80s. When you get coke and start going to play on the court, it was like, bro, okay, we get it.
Pop was a nickel.
Y'all giving me okay boomer vibes. Like if I had to get on my lawn, old man here or something.
Bro, that's what it sounds like. Like get out of my league. Okay, bro, we get it. I did coke and then y'all went on the court. Like that's cool. But this is 2021. Like people can't be getting injured left and right like that. People can't. Like we learned now with modern medicine, you can't play on a messed up ankle. That's gonna mess you up more in the future. So it's like if you can treat it now, treat it now. So don't bring up. He sound like my dad back in the 80s when we played real basketball.
Man.
Ain't no fancy handles. It's like, bro,
you kids these days.
Exactly.
But also at the same time, like dudes is playing ball in the off season as well. Like Klay Thompson, he tore like his stuff on that ACL injury in the off season playing ball. So how can we really blame the NBA for the schedule when these dudes like whether it's 82 games, 72 games, 66 games, they're still gonna pick up a ball and hoop in the off season.
That's one dude out of 400.
All right, DeMarcus Cousins. Same thing happened with DeMarcus Cousins.
He injury prone. That's not even a good excuse. So I don't know why you brought him up.
Like I was thinking the same thing.
Boogie was the man. Come on now. Don't do
Boogie. Like I give Boogie his credit. Boogie was a good player, but he recently just been injury prone. So it's like that's not even a good example to be like, oh yeah, we need to fix that because of DeMarcus Cousins. Like, no, he's been injury prone. So that's not even a good argument in my case.
I think it falls on both sides. I mean, if you look at LeBron James, he spends $1.5 million, I believe, on
his
R&R.
Yeah.
So, and he's never really injured. I mean, besides what happened a few weeks ago. I think it goes hand in hand. You got to know how to take care of your body. You can't be in the off season partying, hanging out in Las Vegas, going to the strip clubs in Houston, Harden. You just gotta.
Oh my God! Hey, let my man live. If he want to go to the strip club, let him go to living. Bro, Lou Will doesn't. We don't say really nothing. This man left the NBA bubble to go to Atlanta to a strip club, and we talked about it once. Y'all still on James Harden for going? Let Cuz pay.
Because Lou Williams gets a pass. You want to know why? Because he was going for the Magic City Wings.
Bro, and what if Harden was going for the Houston? I don't know what they sell in Houston. But,
yeah, exactly. No.
Hey, Houston people, tell us what they sell in strip clubs. I don't know. I'm in Atlanta, and them wings slap. So I don't know what to tell y'all. I don't know what's in Houston. I know it's in Atlanta at Magic City. I know that.
Hey man, Harden, he's still gonna drop 40 regardless. So
it don't matter. He gonna go there. throw 10K, drop
So,
45 next day.
oh, Donovan, we should
Yeah.
just give you a tag right off the bat for that. Like, how
Well,
you gonna
no. Let me finish my argument.
All right, go
But
ahead.
at the end of the day, on the other side, it's just 72 games in 4 months. I see it as a way of a major corporation trying to capitalize off the backs of African Americans. I think they lost a lot of money
Leave
in
the
the
third
bubble.
eye stuff to me. Leave the third eye segments to me. Because what he said.
Keep that same energy, Donovan, later.
Oh, keep this. Okay, all right.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
I know what I'm gonna say later.
Nah. He's doing this. He's doing this to fluff the crowd, and then he like, bam,
Oh, Wes,
like every white man
Just a little
disappointment.
soft jabs right now.
He's like, it's like no.
All right, I tried to slide that in under there. Didn't think you guys.
No, you tried it. That's why I'm the third eye. That's why I'm Kyrie. I went to HBCU, bro. You ain't gonna do this to me. Shout out to Fort Valley State University, but I went to HBCU, bro. We not for this. No, you gotta come correct.
But yeah, I think it just falls on both sides.
Okay, but all right, but how about this, guys? Do you think that this season might have an asterisk to it? Because Denver, they just suffered a big injury with Jamal Murray. Donovan Mitchell, he just went down last night. The Jazz, they were the number 1 team in the West. LeBron with the Lakers, like we already know, like dude's like 36 years old, 36, 37 years old. You know, like great. He's always been an Iron Man, but I think there's been a reason why he's been healthy for this long. But I'm gonna say that for a future episode. You know, I don't want to get all Mr. Conspiracy on this episode right here, but not again. But for real though, like, would you guys say that it might be an asterisk on this season if the right team does not end up winning a championship due to like an injury?
I would say
First,
why?
What's the right team?
Exactly.
I mean, it's supposed to be the Lakers versus Nets.
But see, that's the thing. Why is it pre-planned? Why is it?
Yeah,
why are we
exactly.
pre? See, that's that's y'all argue about people going to super teams. This is a reason because we pre-plan what's supposed to happen. If y'all just let people play for whatever team and whatever they did, we wouldn't be here. So I think the fact that we got the Nets and Lakers for sure. It's like, why can't the Jazz be in the finals? That's why. Like, it was crazy to see the Heat in the finals because like we've never really let people play because it's always like, oh yeah, Warriors going, oh yeah, Cavs going, oh yeah, this team going. But to see the Heat, a team that no one thought would actually make it to the finals, actually make it through the playoffs to the finals was crazy. So it's like the last team I can think of that people underrated and got to the finals, and one was the Raptors, my team. You know, shout out to Toronto, shout out to the Six. But like, but the Raptors was that team. Everyone, they were underrated till they got to the playoffs, and Kawhi led them to the finals and they won. So it's like the fact that we got to predetermine who goes where, y'all already messed it up. So there's no perfect team. You're on the team. You got your teammates, bro. We going to get the chip. That's it. So
yeah, I think saying things like that does take away from whatever team does win, and makes it seem like, oh, like you won because LeBron James was out, or you won because KD, Kyrie, and Harden was out, or something like that. No, we won because we were the better team out of the other team on the court. So I just don't agree with the asterisk, like people were saying with the Mickey Mouse ring of LeBron James. But you had the Phoenix Suns going 8-0 in the bubble and stuff like that. So
exactly.
Yeah, I don't agree with the asterisk. If you win, you win. Point blank.
It discredits teams.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Teams like the Suns that had a run even in the bubble. Like if they put an asterisk on the bubble, I get it. Heat of the pandemic, they're in the bubble. I would get that. But even then, it's like you're discrediting these teams, like the Phoenix Suns that made a run, the Miami Heat that made a run. There's a lot of people saying like this doesn't feel like a finals to me. Why not? The Miami Heat was the best team at the time in the bubble. They deserve to be where they were.
100%.
Just because it wasn't the Nets, or just because it wasn't a team that we all know like that, Yeah, I mean the Miami Heat, we know them, but it wasn't a team we expected. That doesn't discredit the fact that this team made it there. Jimmy Butler led the Heat there. Bam Adebayo helped Jimmy Butler lead them there. So they deserve to be there.
Okay, but this is the way I see it. We have to remember that at the end of the day, the NBA is a business. Okay, so who would you rather see in the NBA Finals? The Lakers versus Nets, or the Utah Jazz versus the Milwaukee Bucks?
First of all, that's not even that's not even a good second option because
First of all, you just gonna skip
That's
right
what I'm trying to
past the
tell
number
y'all. Like,
one
I mean,
team.
Giannis not making out the East. We know that for a fact. So that's irrelevant to that point. That's not even realistic. Giannis in Milwaukee not even making it out the East to even get to. They not even get to the Eastern Conference Finals. So
I'll
that's
tell you what, they got a better chance than Philly. Tell me if I'm lying.
the Raptors got a better chance than Philly. I don't know why you did that. The Raptors got a way better chance.
I have a
Philly.
better
That's
chance
a
than
check. That's a check.
just creating
That's a
a team.
Like, the Raptors, come on, bro.
Hey man, I got put on for the city. I'm a Raptors fan, man. I got put on for the
Kyle
city.
Lowry can't even believe he's still there. That dude thought he was going. He had Drake on the phone at his press conference.
Dude sold
He
his
tell everybody,
house.
Bro, we got Gary
like,
Trent
still
Jr.
here.
We're good. We got Gary Trent Jr. Man. Gary Trent banging. Hey, shout out to Gary Trent Jr. Bro.
He had one hot game.
Yeah, what?
Everybody had one hot
Obviously, you
game.
don't watch Raptors basketball because Gary Trent Jr. been going crazy.
Is there a reason to watch Raptors basketball though?
Last time I checked, we got
reason.
chipped. So in the
Yeah, I haven't been relevant since Kawhi left.
We relevant now. What are you talking about?
Y'all
Gary Trent dropped the first game Gary Trent was here. He had a game winner. After that, Buddy was averaging like 30-something points a game. He's a bucket. He wasn't a bucket on Portland because of Dame. He came to the six. Now he a bucket. He came to Toronto. Now he a bucket. That's it. Simple. So, don't do that. Don't come for the Raptors like that.
How you go blame Dame?
Am I wrong though? Like Gary Trent, a bucket.
I mean, I'll give you this. And ball is all about your situations. Like Tracy McGrady wasn't Tracy McGrady, so he got to Orlando and then Houston because he had Vince Carter in front of him. You know, James Harden wasn't James Harden, so he got to Houston. But come on, man, Gary Trent, he's not in that class.
I didn't say, bro. It's only like 4 games. I'm not saying he's in that.
Exactly,
class,
it's only 4 games.
But
he might got a hot 4 games. But Jamie Lin was hot for like 4 games. Look, he's in the G League. He's trying to be in the league right now.
Bro, y'all wild. y'all ain't come for Gary Trent like that. Gary Trent a hooper. I've watched him play. He a hooper. Is he?
Duke. Shout out to him though.
Shout out to Gary Trent. You can come on the show if you want to, bro. Defend yourself. I got you. Repping the 6. I got you, bro. But now Gary Trent Hooper.
Yeah, we're playing the 6 right now.
Man. Oh yeah, they playing in Tampa. My bad. Yeah. They playing in Tampa. But no, Toronto.
They the Tampa Bay Raptors.
Man, chill out. Chill on the Raptors. Chill on them, bro.
All right, so I'm basically like the old man here. I'm the only one that believe that you know, like it shouldn't really matter as far like the NBA schedule. Like you should just play. It is what it is.
Yeah, it sounds like that. You are the old head.
Yeah, that's that stubborn-headed thinking.
Old head.
That's cool. I'll be the old head. I'll be the old head.
No, this is Liddell, aka the fashionista, aka the old head. That's you. We give you AKAs as you go. So you the old head now because that made no sense.
Hey, I'll take that. I'll wear that with a badge of honor.
Oh God. Anyways.
Okay, so let's move on then. With LaMarcus Aldridge.
What happened now?
Unfortunately, LaMarcus Aldridge had to retire due to an irregular heartbeat. Now, before we go any further, we wish him well, you know, with his wish him great health and the next stage of his life. But question that remains, the question that's now up for debate, now that his career is up, is LaMarcus Aldridge a Hall of Famer?
I'm gonna run point on this. Come Kyrie, but LaMarcus Aldridge, I don't think he is. Just for the sheer fact that, like, I feel like in the NBA, if you play for a certain amount of when you play for a certain amount of seasons, and you're a pretty decent player, pretty above average player, they'll put you in that conversation for Hall of Fame, and I don't like that because like there's no more novelty to being in the Hall of Fame anymore. If you play for a certain amount of seasons and you above average, oh yeah, cuz you gotta go in there. Why?
Especially if your name is well known.
Especially if your name is well known, like we know LaMarcus Aldridge, not for any bad reason, but he was a pretty above average player for San Antonio, for Portland. He was a pretty decent, good player, but he wasn't the go-to dude. He wasn't the number one dude. So it's like we said off camera, like the sheer fact we're having the debate or conversation, does he deserve to be here? That just answered my question that he doesn't, because when Tim Duncan retired, it wasn't even a conversation. When Kobe retired, when Mike retired, when all these greats retired, it wasn't a conversation as to, oh, do they deserve to be here? No, we all knew, he got to go there. When Tim Duncan, he'll go. Tim Duncan got to be in there. Like when all these bigs retired, like Shaq, Charles Barkley.
I almost thought you slipping there.
Yeah, hey man, I almost got checked, but no, it's Charles Barkley. Like when these greats, retire, it wasn't a conversation. The sheer fact we're having this conversation, or even the question of does he deserve this, just proves that maybe he really don't. Maybe, and it's not to say he's not a good player or wasn't a good player. It's just there's a novelty with being a Hall of Famer and being a great. And if you don't make that, that's fine. You start a really good career, but you just didn't meet that mark, and that's okay.
All right, what do you think, Dom?
Yeah, just to piggyback off of Noel, I'll state first that I came into this argument thinking that I would be butting heads with Noel like I usually do, but that's not the case. I gotta agree. He just doesn't have what Noel said. Like, just because you're well known and you had like an above average long career doesn't automatically make you a Hall of Fame. I mean, we're talking about putting this guy in the same place as Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and eventually LeBron James. No, he doesn't get that recognition. He doesn't get that respect from me.
Now, he said respect. Jesus. Jesus. I mean, he was still a good player. God.
Yeah.
But I'm not giving him his roses. Let's say that.
Wait, why is you? No.
Okay, the roses. You don't believe in giving nobody the roses.
Chill out. Let's rewind what I said. I still say he a hooper. I still say he was a good player. He deserves his roses for what he did. I ain't saying he doesn't deserve that. I'm just saying let's not take above average players who had a longevity career and put them in the Hall of Fame. He was still a hooper. He still had good numbers career-wise, averaged 19, 8, and 2, shot close to 50% career-wise from the field. So it's like he had decent numbers, but he didn't have number one option numbers. He didn't have GOAT numbers. He didn't have like all-star numbers like that. To me, in my opinion, when you look at the people in the Hall of Fame, so that's the only reason why I would say no, because the numbers, they're there. They're above average numbers, but they're not like, he averaged 20, 25, 8, and 5, or he didn't average like, you know what I'm saying? Like he didn't average that stat line, or or even the legacy to even be like, man, he need to be there. Because
right.
Yeah, I know.
And just for my second point, now if the conversation was, does he belong in the Portland Trail Blazers Hall of Fame? Absolutely, 100%.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's 5th in games played, 4th in minutes, 3rd in made field goals, and he leads the Blazers in rebounds.
Like Melo said, simple. I think Dame or Melo said, I forgot who said it, but they said his Trailblazers jersey need to be retired, and they're
Absolutely.
right. They're correct. Like that is not. I'm not debating you on that. It does, because he was a hooper.
Hey, he's just not getting his Hall of Fame roses. Hall of Fame roses.
I could agree with that.
But Eric Snow could get his roses from you, though.
Oh my God!
I never. Whoa! Here we go with that narrative. I never said Eric Snow was a Hall of Famer.
Okay, but earlier you said before but this is a sidebar, ladies and gentlemen. You basically said that you would not give the MJs, the Kobe's, the AIs their roses because those players they have enough. But you like to root for
Yes.
the underdog.
The thing about me that everybody should know is I like to stray away from the mainstream. That's in music, film, and all forms of media. I'm just not interested in talking about the same people who get the same recognition. Everybody knows who Kobe is. Everybody knows who LeBron is. Everybody knows who Michael Jordan is. I'm not here to talk about them because at the end of the day, basketball and football and all the other major sports is a team sport. One person just doesn't get to the NBA finals and win the rings by themselves. They have a whole supporting cast. Now, granted, Eric Snow is nowhere near a great supporting cast.
Jesus.
let me state that to defend myself now. But I think it should be said when we mention GOATs and Hall of Famers that
Eric
we mention
Snow.
the people who were there for him. And what I said was definitely a tech. I'm going to give myself that. But that was my whole philosophy of I'm not here to to have another hype up moment of, oh, Allen Iverson. Yes, we already know who Allen Iverson is. The king of Philadelphia. I'm not here to talk about that.
As long as you know. As long as you know.
Absolutely.
I'm just gonna say it like this. Being different ain't a personality trait, Joe. I'm telling you that right now. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Being different ain't a personality trait. I respect it, but nah, man. Like I hear what you're saying. Like you don't want to talk about you don't want to talk about the same people over and over again. But being different, that ain't a personality trait.
No, it definitely isn't.
You gave me like the vibes of like them girls that in school be like, oh, I'm so quirky. Oh my god, like I just did.
It's cringe. Yeah,
absolutely. It's just like I feel like being different is cool it's good to an extent of like you doing too much. Like okay, you doing too much to be different.
Right.
You wearing Doc Martens and loafers in the summer and like trying to like listen
just
to Tame
because you want to be edgy.
I want to be edgy. Let me listen to Tame Impala. I'm gonna make me edgy. Like that's what that sounds like.
1975 is the 100%
that's make me
first
edgy.
band.
Yeah, it's the first band I heard. You know, no. That's the energy that I received. I was
right.
Like,
yeah. I just wanted to clear myself up. I like to uplift the local businesses. You know, to say
to local. This man go to farmers markets. He gets the satchel. He's like, I need my tomatoes ripe. That's I need 100%. To get fresh tomatoes.
You only get coffee from the pretty bodegas.
Hey man, bodega is not a farmer's market. We're not gonna do that. Y'all got a cat, Liddell. Y'all got a cat in New York. Don't talk to me, bro.
Oh,
a bodega is a hood farmer's market. There you go. Bodegas are hood farmers markets. You got a bodega cat. You can get a chopped cheese, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, no white people go into that, but it's a hood, people of color farmers market, bro. That's what the bodega is.
All right, I'm gonna make the case for LaMarcus Aldridge. I'm gonna be the old head in the room to make a case for LaMarcus Aldridge because you said he was never a go-to guy. That is false.
Okay.
Because if you don't remember, in the early days of Portland Trailblazer, it was supposed to be Greg Oden and Brandon Roy. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. Vaguely. It was supposed to be their team, but honestly, we all know what happened with Greg Oden. Dude was basically like 50 years old when he came into the league. He came in the league with arthritis and all that. Brandon Roy, he had his situation with the ankle stuff like that. Aldridge basically carried the team until Damian Lillard got there.
True.
And he was the number one option, and he kept Portland relevant up until after Dame's rookie year, once they shipped him out, and then he went to San Antonio, where he was a first option. He was a first option though, and you mentioned how he was never like one of like the premier players in the league. But if you think about it, the Basketball Hall of Fame, you don't necessarily have to be like an MJ or a Kobe or a KG or a Shaq to get in. You don't have to be.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I know that. I know you don't have to be like a GOAT status player to be in the Hall of Fame, but it's like, I don't know. Being in the Hall of Fame, to me, in my own opinion, you kind of can tell people that deserve to be like Steph Curry's gonna be in the Hall of Fame. It's not a question.
That's a
Like
fact.
we're not questioning that. Klay Thompson, if he gets back from injury and he continues to play at a high level, I can see Klay Thompson being in the Hall of Fame, and it's not even a question. Draymond Green, you can sort of make a case for him just because he won a chip. That's a little so-so about that one. But like, there's players now you look at them and like, yo, he's gonna be in the Hall of Fame one day. And to me, in my opinion, LaMarcus Aldridge wasn't that player. I didn't look at him and I was like, yeah, he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Just and it's not because he was a bad player.
17 All-Star. 5-time All-NBA. That's an All-Star resume, bro.
That's an All-Star resume. How many All-Stars did he have?
7.
7 All-Star appearances?
Yeah.
Wow.
He averaged 19 and 8 for his career.
19 and 8. I mean, those are good. I mean, again, they're good numbers. I'm not saying he's bad. I don't want people to think, oh, he's shitting on LeMarcus. No, shout out to LaMarcus Aldridge. He's a hooper. He's good at what he does. Is he Hall of Fame worthy to me, in my opinion? No. Just like that, Hall of Fame to me is just you can tell people that deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. And to me, LaMarcus Aldridge does not seem like the player, in my opinion, to be in the Hall of Fame like that. That's just my opinion. And again, they don't have to be GOAT status players to be there. One day Giannis is going to be there. We don't know where his trajectory of his career is going to go, but Giannis and the impact he had, for international players, for sure. Giannis may one day be in that discussion and be in the Hall of Fame. But some players you can just tell. And for me, LaMarcus Aldridge, I can't be like, yeah, definitively like, yes, he right there needs to be in the Hall of Fame. No, that never really occurred to me. So,
you see, I would be with you if certain players weren't already in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I know what you're about to say. Yeah.
Grant Hill's in the Hall of Fame. Now, I love Grant Hill. He went to Duke. Shout out to the Duke Dudes. Shout out to Coach K. He went to Duke.
He is square.
He's not in the Hall of Fame, but granted, it's the basketball Hall of Fame, it's not just the NBA Hall of Fame.
He went to the basketball Hall of Fame. Damn.
Yeah, it's the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. It's not officially like the NBA Hall of Fame. So I guess when you count his Duke accolades, Team USA and all that, yeah, he does deserve to be in. Tracy McGrady is in the Hall of Fame. I have a big problem with that. Because
what happened to T-Mac, man? What's up with T-Mac?
All right, for the record, Tracy McGrady was a Hall of Fame talent, but he does not have a Hall of Fame resume. He does not have a Hall of Fame resume because his peak did not last long enough. Granted, due to injuries and all that, but and he became a journeyman towards the end of his career. Playing for the Knicks, playing for the Spurs. I felt bad for him, by the way, because he thought he was gonna win a championship in 2013. That Ray Allen hit that shot, and it just ruined everything for him.
He said, damn, I was so close." I was so close, bro.
Bill Walton is in the Hall of Fame.
Man,
Yao Ming is in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, first of all, I feel like Yao Ming being in the Hall of Fame.
I get it with China, like I get that, but
not even that. I feel like he just put on for Asian Americans when it came to basketball, and he was like, I won't say consistent, but he was just there. Like, I remember watching Yao Ming play, and I remember him being a pretty decent center. I mean, he's 7'6". I mean, you really ain't gotta do much. You 7'6". I mean, like, not saying it was easy, but like you 7'6", bro. You ain't gotta really jump for nothing. But I think. Right. For me, Yao Ming being the Hall of Fame is for Asian Americans because you don't see a lot of Asian American, Asian Pacific Islander, representation in the NBA. So I think that kind of for the NBA made a statement that we have a pretty decent player as an Asian American who's a pretty good player. So yeah, he deserves to be there. So for me, that's why I think Yao Ming is there for diversity reasons. But no, I mean,
gotta meet their status quo.
Jesus, the white man, third eye open. The white man trying to hold everybody back. Let me stop.
Yo, bro, have you ever heard Yao Ming speak English?
No, I'm not.
Please Google Yao Ming interviews. He do sound just like Barack Obama. I swear to God.
Like he speaks like really good English.
Really good. He sounds like Obama.
I gotta hear this. Okay,
Yes,
I gotta hear.
I've never heard him speak.
Okay, yeah, I'm about to watch that after this because that's interesting. You know, because what I'm saying, you come over here. I don't know. Yeah, the English is one of the hardest languages to learn. So the fact that he can, he come over here and learn, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? I respect that.
All right, so no, since LaMarcus Aldridge does not deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, who do you think deserves to be in the Hall of Fame?
That's not in it already.
That's
Yeah.
in the current NBA, or
Yeah,
in the current NBA or just recently retired.
I feel like Dwayne Wade. I feel like D Wade got to be in the Hall of Fame. To me, Dwayne Wade, that was the first name that popped in my head because, again, it's not a conversation for me that Dwayne Wade should be in there. If someone said, oh, so we got to decide what? That's Flash. Like, you look up his stats, they there. All-Stars, they're there. Championships, they're there. With LeBron or not, with Shaq, one with Shaq. Two with LeBron. So you got 3 rings with the stat line and the All-Star nods and the awards. Yeah, that's not even a question.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think Russell Westbrook deserves to be in Hall of Fame?
Yeah. That's what
I think, like when Russell Westbrook retires, for sure, just because, like else, that's Mr. Triple Double. I have never seen a point guard play as efficient as Russell Westbrook has when it comes to his stat line and having a triple-double, consistently a triple-double. Wait, there was one season where he averaged a triple-double. Like, that's a dominant point guard. Whether he won whether Russell Westbrook wins a championship or not, just off of his play alone, yes. Because what point guard have you seen average a triple-double consistently throughout the season? So, yeah.
Can't mention one.
But see, that's what I'm saying. There's no conversation. With LaMarcus Aldridge, there's the fact, like I said, the fact that we are sitting here and posing the question of should LaMarcus Aldridge be, and no, you already
fact that
know.
We're bending and twisting, and
trying to figure out and rationalize is okay. I think the thing is we have to understand it's okay to not make it. It's okay to have a really good NBA career, but you just didn't make the cut to be in the Hall of Fame, but you still got your flowers. His number's still getting retired in Portland. His jersey getting retired. Like, you had a good career. You just didn't make it there, and that's okay. But I feel like we can't not even criticize, but I feel like we can't tell players that, bro, you just didn't cut it. I feel like everyone wants to be like the GOAT when everyone can't be the GOAT or everyone can't be in the Hall of Fame. So we have to be like, bro, you had a good career. Your number being retired here. You did good. You just didn't make that cut to get there. And that's okay.
Yeah. You had a good career. Just focus on your health now.
No, for real. Focus on your health. LaMarcus Aldridge, we're pulling for you. Heart murmurs, heart problems are not anything to mess with. So I feel for him. I've had heart murmurs, so I definitely feel for him. So shout out to LaMarcus Aldridge, man. Stay healthy, get better, man, and just enjoy your life, man. You got money. You're retired now. You're retired NBA player. Enjoy your family, man. Enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I wouldn't say he really worried about. I don't know him personally, but hey, you're healthy, man. So
I'll just leave it at this, man. If Tracy McGrady's in the Hall of Fame, then LaMarcus Aldridge should be in the Hall of Fame. And I know that technically had a better peak than LaMarcus Aldridge, but come on.
He's not gonna let that one die. He really not.
But we're gonna segue there, guys. And when we come back, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get into the ever-growing debate over MJ versus Kobe. Now, Michael Jordan is set to induct Kobe Bryant into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. So we're gonna answer the question: Who's the GOAT between the two shooting guards? Who's the great shooting guard all time? Is it Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant? We'll answer that once we come back right here on the Outta Bounds Podcast. Welcome back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Um, like I said, we're gonna get into this, guys. As the old head that got to see both Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant both play in their primes, I'm have a personal belief that Michael Jordan is not only the great shooting guard of all time. I think he's the GOAT. I feel like Kobe Bryant was the Padawan to Michael Jordan's Jedi Master. He basically, all respect to Kobe Bryant, may he rest in peace, but let's be for real. He basically spent his whole career being a carbon copy of MJ. Right or wrong, guys?
Tyler, you
Right.
go first because I already know what I'm gonna say about this. So I'm gonna let Donovan take this one first.
Yeah,
I think there shouldn't be a debate. And MJ was obviously the better player. Um, he has more rings, shorter season, but the stats are all there. His points per game, MJ, 30 to 25 of Kobe's. Rebounds are better, 6.2. Assists better, steals better. It's there. There shouldn't be no debate.
Oh man.
wait, hold on.
I
I
don't.
want to push back on that for a second because I recall last Sunday on our Instagram at Trivia Culture, by the way. And by the way, guys, if you're enjoying this video, please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about the Tuck family. Join the Tuck family by liking, sharing, subscribing.
Join us. Come on, just come on down. What would the pastor say? The congregation just if you ain't got a church home and this is the one you feel like you need, just come on, just come on down. You know what I'm
Always
saying?
hate that.
It's like,
Basically, right? But Donovan, I do recall on our This or That segment this past Sunday, where I was like, who's greater, MJ or Kobe? On the poll, you did side with Kobe. So why did you change your mind?
we caught cousin 4K. We
That might
caught
have
cousin
been
4K. He said, "No, it was my fish, bro. That's what that was."
Explain
that might have
yourself,
been
man.
after a long night of drinking. Might have been going through a heartbreak. It's like no, but
Bro, heartbreak anniversary, bro. It's
yeah,
okay.
I think I made that and I'm willing to admit that. I think I made that decision rather rash,
Oh my god.
without thought process and without no real knowledge to
You
back it
sound
up.
like an athlete in the middle of a scandal, bro. That sounds like something your PR team told you to say.
Right.
This sounds like your PR team told you to say that.
No,
Like,
I
man, I
definitely
was
don't
going
have a
through it.
notebook with
You
that
sound
written
like
down.
Myers Leonard right now.
You really do. You sound like, hey, I'm sorry. I was on my Twitch stream. I didn't know that what I said was really hurtful.
Was
Like, bro,
harmful.
Like,
like,
I
bro,
look forward to you guys educating me on my wrongs.
am I
Like,
wrong?
Right.
I had a night of drinking and I just didn't understand. Like, nah. For me, Kobe, Mike. One of them I grew up watching. Other one I didn't. I grew up. Obviously, I'm 21. I grew up watching Kobe. Everybody my age, every kid my age, our goats. For us, our goats are Kobe and LeBron, and that's fine. I think old heads need to understand because we've seen them play. We never saw Mike play, so we can. I don't really speak on Mike as much because
you
I
did see
never
Mike
saw.
play.
Huh?
You did see Mike play Kobe, but he just didn't do it as good.
That I remember because we're not gonna do that here. But I never really saw Mike play the way like my dad saw Mike play, and my dad put me on to basketball at a young age, and so like for him, Magic, Bird, and Mike, that's who he watched. So he was like, yeah, them the ones. But for me, Kobe was mine because Kobe was just that dude, Mamba mentality. You saw someone that was fearless going into any game, had these crazy rituals or whatever, and he was just himself. And he's like, bro, I'm Kobe. I'm the Mamba mentality. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna score on you, and that's just what it is. But to me, the conversation of Mike and Kobe, without Mike, there's no Kobe. Like if you watch the documentary, Mike even said when I think they were highlighting Kobe. There was like one episode where they were talking about Kobe or something, and like when Kobe had a bad season, like his first season, he went to work out with Mike, and the next season he hit that post fadeaway just like Mike. So it's like without Michael Jordan, there's no Kobe Bryant. my favorite player. Like, there's no Kobe Bryant. So for sure, if we going to have a discussion, I don't like to have a discussion because why pin two greats against each other? That makes no sense. But if we're having a discussion,
That's
Michael
barbershop
Jordan.
talk, bro. That's bound to happen.
Yeah, I mean it's bound to happen, but I feel like I would say Michael Jordan. But if I'm in my opinion, I would say Kobe is the best. But realistically, Mike is the best because without Mike, there's no Kobe. We don't know what would happen to Kobe Bryant. We don't know what would happen to Kobe Bryant if he didn't go work out with Mike. So
you hedging your bets right now, no? How did you just say that your personal opinion, Kobe Bryant's the best, but now you're making a case for Michael Jordan?
I'm only saying that because I'm realistic. A lot of NBA fans aren't realistic. Like to my opinion, I'm gonna take Kobe because I watched Kobe. I relate to Kobe. Kobe, for me, his different than Mike does. But realistically, if we looking at everything and we looking about where they worked out, the stats or whatever, I'm gonna take Mike because again, without one, there's not the other. So how can you say, oh, Kobe is the greatest of all? He's better than Mike, but he basically, like you said, a carbon copy of Mike. So without Mike, there's no Kobe. So that doesn't make sense. If without one, there's not another one. To me, that doesn't make sense. So the logical answer, Michael Jordan. My opinion, I like Kobe. I'm gonna take Kobe because I've seen Kobe play. I've seen Kobe's impact. So I'm gonna say, for me, in my opinion, the best shooting guard, barbershop talk, is Kobe, and I'm gonna die on that hill. But logically, roll your eyes. But logically, Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Logically, Michael Jordan is the correct answer because
You just made my head spin, bro. That's like being on a date with somebody. You asking them what do you want to eat, and they just give you like a whole bunch of options. Like, it's up to like pick one. Like,
God, he's like,
Kobe.
pick one.
But I totally understand where Nola's coming from. Like he has his own sets of standards for what he considered to be his best, but he also looks at the other side of it of we can't deny the impact that Michael Jordan had.
That's all I'm
so
saying.
I understand.
That's all I'm saying. Like, you can have your opinion, but my thing with sports fans, you can have your opinion on who you feel like is whatever, but you gotta be realistic. Like, come on, bro. Like we gotta be realistic with art, with like what we say, and I feel like that's why barbershop talk is the way it is because mad old heads aren't realistic. Simple, like
They're set in their ways.
They're just set in their ways. Get with the times, old man. Jesus. We don't do coke before we go play a basketball game anymore.
Okay, so for the record, you're basically taking Kobe because you saw him.
I did he not hear what I said? I said I'm taking Mike. I've been
saying
I've been thank you.
That's a weird narrative you're trying to spin, Liddell.
Yeah, okay, Mr. Fox News. Look at your sick kicks.
I'm getting my Brandon Marshall on right now.
Hey, Brandon Marshall, he said, I am an athlete. Because I looked at down, I'm like, bro, did he not hear me say I said I'm taking the mic? I'm like, Joe didn't hear me that I said I'm taking the mic. I just said okay, to clarify my answer, Michael Jordan is the best shooting guard of all time. If you want to hear it, sure. Michael Jordan. Hear me in the mic. Hear me. Yo, clip this if you want. Michael Jordan is the best shooting guard of all time. But in my opinion, Kobe, to me, is the best shooting guard. Mike is the only one because without Mike, there's no Kobe. Without Mike, there's no Kobe. So for this argument, for sure, Mike is the best shooting guard. But in my own opinion, do I believe that? No. But that's okay because that's a fact. Without Mike, there's no Kobe.
Okay. I'll take that. And Donovan, now that you had time to, actually, like, could you blame it on, like, some type of, like, heartbreak that you had that past Sunday?
Oh, shit.
So you're going to go with MJ over Kobe, right?
Yes, 100%.
All right, so it's kind of a clean sweep. No, you was kind of hedging your bet a little bit, but it is what it is.
Hey, man. Hey.
I'll give you that.
Oh.
All right, so now it's time for my favorite segment of this show.
God.
The 2-minute drill. This is where it's about to get real spicy. This is about to get real spicy. All right, so first up, Jadeveon Clowney signed a 1-year deal with the Cleveland Browns. Do you guys think that this will put the Cleveland Browns over the over the top in the AFC. Like, are they contenders for the Super Bowl?
I mean, Jadeveon Clowney really got drafted because he had one big hit in college. Like, if we're being honest, so it's
That's
like
all I remember of him.
that's all I remember of Jadeveon
Dude's
Clowney.
helmet off.
Yeah, that's it. And the thing is, the hit it was just a clean hit. Like, if we're being honest, it was a clean hit. Not saying it was a bad one, but it was a clean hit. But his NFL career, pretty, I guess I would say to my standards, mediocre. I'm not an NFL player. I'm not going to judge him too hard, but it's a pretty, average, mediocre career. I don't think Jadeveon Clowney is going to have that big of an impact this late in his career. I don't know. I can be surprised, but to me, it's cool. I think it's cool to have Jadeveon Clowney there, but he played for the Titans before he signed with the Browns, and the question is, what did he really do on the Titans? Like, did he really have an impact on the Titans defense? And if he did, okay, cool. That may transcend to Cleveland, or he may need to change of scenery, and it may. I don't know why anyone want to change to Gotham City, aka Cleveland, but but I mean, I don't know. I don't think it'll really affect the Browns that much because they already have. I don't think it would make them better in a sense. If they got Jadeveon Clowney thinking, oh, he's gonna make our team better, like, I don't know why they thought that, because he's a pretty
Myles Garrett, like that's a good pass rush right there.
Yeah, we'll see. I think the best thing to say is we'll see, because I just don't know, because he's had such an average, mediocre career. Again, that's not bad to have an average career, but he's not. He's not like it's not like an Aaron Darnold. He's not like one of these defensive players that you get and you're like, yo, like, he got that defensive presence. Again, because he got drafted off of a really good clean hit that he had. That's really it. Like, what else?
Way to take that and run with it.
What else did he do in college?
All right, so Donnie, what do you think? Do you think this puts the Cleveland Browns over the top in the AFC?
No. I think they was already good. We saw that last season. I don't think adding Jadeveon Clowney will really give much of an impact. Like Noel said, he's at the point in his career where it's time to make it or break it in terms of making a overall impact in your defense, on a team's defense. But in terms of, do he make the Cleveland Browns better? My opinion on the Cleveland Browns is still going to be the same. I think they have what it takes to get there. They just need to get out of their own heads and stop being stubborn. But overall, no, it doesn't change my look on the Browns at all.
All right, I agree with that. All right, what about the WNBA draft, fellas? It was this past Thursday night. Are there any rookies that you guys are looking forward to watching this upcoming season in the WNBA?
Donovan, you got this one. You got this one first.
Yeah, number 6. I know I'm going to pronounce her last name horribly, and I apologize for that. Michaela, 6 foot forward for the New York Liberty. Quick, able to guard various positions. I like her. She knows how to hustle and she plays aggressively. What more do you want in a forward? In terms of her downside, she doesn't need to learn how to shoot the ball more. But overall, I think she can be a good asset. I mean, she was 5th overall in rebounds, 2nd in offensive rebounds. She averaged 1.1 assists. Not unheard of for a forward, but she shot 33.9% from the field. So it's
from the field.
I think, from the three. My fault. Okay. I apologize.
Okay. Oh, man, it's early. It is early.
Thank you. Thank you for correcting me.
I see you, Mr. Statistician. You got the stats handy. I see you.
Stat man.
Absolutely, but overall, I think she's gonna play major on the defensive side of the ball.
Now, for me, y'all already know. This is my girls from Baylor. Dee Richards. She's gonna be with. She just got drafted by the New York Liberty in the second round. I'm gonna be at the
Liberty.
Jesus.
Yo, see me at the Barclays Center with my
Yeah,
DD Richards New York
right
Liberty jersey.
alongside with you, man.
Bro, he gonna buy the jersey. The funny thing is, I know he finna buy the jersey. Like he
Oh,
said, "Oh, I had
yo.
a jersey." He buy it because we went over there. I'm like, he buying this jersey. He's for real. He's
you
like, I'm
think I
getting
ain't?
this job, bro. I'm getting this jersey.
I'm gonna do a whole
Like,
photo shoot in that
he
jersey.
said,
Why?
Liberty. Nah. I think for me, I feel like the Atlanta Dream. Shout out to Atlanta Dream. Shout out to see Atlanta, but shout out to Atlanta Dream. Ari McDonald from Arizona, point guard. I think she got a really good game. She's a hooper. And I feel like she can bring a lot to the Atlanta Dream. So that was a pick for me that I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Like I'm like, she gonna bring something because she's a really good point guard. So yeah, I think Ari, I think that's how you say it, Ari McDonald. Yeah. Shout out to Ari McDonald. Shout out to WNBA, Atlanta Dream. You already know. So.
All right, for sure. All right. Final topic on the 2-minute drill. We have 2 minutes on this one. D Wade officially joins the ownership group of the Utah Jazz. And Alex Rodriguez is a part of the ownership group that bought the Minnesota Timberwolves. So, fellas, are there any athletes, past or present, that you would love to see own a sports team, whether it's in the NBA, the NFL, MLB, you name it?
I guess I'm gonna go first.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
let's
saying? Running point guard. Let me go first to end it off today. I would say, what did Wale say? Shoot me, I'm rooting for everybody is black. That's how I feel. Any black athlete that can step into that domain and make a difference and create change. I think for me, I support it 100%. Even NFL, what Diddy and Jay-Z tried to buy the Panthers, and how many black owners not even black? How many people of color owners are there in the NFL? I think there's only one, the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't know his name.
Shad Khan.
Is what his name?
Shahid Khan.
Yeah. He I think that's the only minority owner that I know of in the NFL. So it's like, for me, I'm rooting for anybody that's black, anyone that's coming in, changing the status quo, and trying to make a difference in these leagues, across the leagues, MLB, NHL, whatever. Again, for me, rooting for anybody that's black. So
yeah. Now, Donald, why you shook your head when you said that?
Because I'm sorry to say that I have to disagree with that. The narrative that that I'm rooting for everybody black. I was never against. I know. Let me rephrase this because I know it's gonna.
That sounds really anti-black.
Like, yeah,
very
anti-black.
I have black friends, so I'm not racist. Yeah, I don't want to go down that way. I could just feel it in my mind.
Social media is right there, right in the middle, ladies and gentlemen.
Yo, at him.
Go ahead, DMs and flame him.
That's a
but the thing that I'm rooting for everybody black, I think it's more harmful than good. Just to prop up somebody because he's black.
Oh my god,
it's just wrong. It goes against everything that they're about. Like Kendrick Lamar said, he said a quote in this song. There's a difference between black artists and whack artists. And the same thing goes for hip hop. I'm not just going to prop you up because you're black. You either have fire shit
right now. You sound like an Eminem fan. That's what you sound like to me right now.
Ironically, I am.
It all makes sense. It all makes sense.
Ladies and gentlemen.
It all makes sense, guys. He's an Eminem fan. Go flame him in the DMs. Nobody asked for this. Why rapping fast isn't as good as y'all think it is.
Bro, what do you have to do? I get your point where in terms of hip hop, like you should not just root for anybody just because they're black. Like you gotta have skill. But we're talking about ownership.
We're talking about black
ownership.
We're talking about black people.
Exactly. And I wasn't going to bring that up until Liddell once again called me out for the second time this podcast for something that I said off camera. I thought it was off the record, but obviously not.
Shit, you were. I
gotta get my sound bites, bro.
Oh man, nah. I feel like,
but the overalls. viewpoint is, just to, I'm going to prop you up because you're black. It's just more harmful. Like,
let me touch on this because I know it's a 2-minute
sure.
warning, but it's about to turn into a 10-minute.
It's cool. It's cool.
It's a 10-minute drill, but you know what I'm saying. I went to HBCU. Shout out to Fort Valley State University. That's the home. The real blue and gold. You know, we don't like Albany State, but fuck Albany State. But like, it's not propping up black people. I think when you look at the history in this country of just ownership and the way athletes are treated and the way, just the way things are run, I feel like black people have a say in it. The NFL majority black, NBA is majority black, MLB is majority Puerto Rican, Dominican. So it's like the fact that the NBA is majority black, but we don't even got a lot of black owners. Do we even have one black owner in the NBA? I don't think we even have one.
I don't think so. Modern day slavery.
Oh, Michael Jordan. Michael
Jordan. Michael Jordan owns the Charlotte Hornets, but the fact there's only one in a majority black league, like, and you ain't got enough say so and what happens and how players are treated. Same with the NFL. Like, it's not propping up black. It's not propping them up. Oh, you're black. Oh, we mess with you, bro. Like, we don't do that. Like, the fact that you like Candace Owens, yeah, she black, but we don't like her. Like we ain't propping up people just because they black. So my thing is, that's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is I'm rooting for everybody's black, is because when you live in a country where you're deprived or you're looked down on, or not even looked down on, or you're deprived of even attempting to get ownership at something, D Wade, I'm gonna respect D Wade all day. And plus, he's going to Utah Jazz that had racial issues in the past, even with their fans in their stadium. And I feel like Dwayne Wade can bring a different perspective and kind of help change that image in Utah. So I think having black owners is important because it's a different perspective. So it's not really me saying, oh, you black, do that. Like, no, he can be a terrible person. But it's like, if a black person who is for the people, for the culture, and they're going in there with like, we're here with a different perspective, I'm gonna respect that all day. That's what I mean by we root for everybody that's black. I'm rooting for everybody that's black. I'm not propping you up just because you black. I'm gonna rock with you. No, like, if you black and you doing something you're supposed to be doing and you're doing it well and you're helping everybody, especially your people, again, I'm rooting for you. Like, all for it. So that's my whole thing.
Yeah, I think I gotta agree with Noel. Like I said, what I was referring to was taken out of context. I got another separate page for a whole written apology.
Okay, Myers, Jesus.
But in terms of like the overall branch of everything, that's what I was talking about. But in terms of the black ownership, yes, 100%.
Okay.
You almost got your Uncle Ruckus badge. You
I had to defend it because I
Black Twitter about to be on your ass. I'm gonna tell you right now, they were finna be on your ass like this coon at
right.
Yeah, they were finna be on you, bro. I'm sorry.
Nah, but ladies and gentlemen, like Donald, he's good, man. He's down.
He's valid. He valid. New York, he valid. Yo, he valid.
He just took the topic to like a more broader scope, which I definitely agree with you on a more broader scope. I definitely agree with you. But in terms of like in this case, like with sports, we should have more than just Michael Jordan now. Come on.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a shame that we don't.
Yeah. All right, but fellas, this will basically conclude the end of episode 2. So how about before we get out of here, everybody plug your social media, any project that you guys have that you're working on, so the floor is yours. Let's go with a point guard first.
Yeah, you already know Kyrie. Okay, thank you guys. Noah Austin, it's been a pleasure. Noah Austin, aka Kyrie, aka Third Eye, aka I'm a Euro step to your girl. You can follow me on Instagram, all socials at the Noah Austin. Right now, I'm working on some photography shoots, some photography situations, some journalism situations that I can't disclose just yet, but just know your boy in a commercial. You're gonna see this face a lot more. So really? we good. You know what I'm saying? So but follow me everywhere at the Noah Austin. That's it.
I
Okay,
guess
Hardy.
that leaves me. Not that I want to plug my social media after the
Yeah.
podcast. But
No, but you redeemed yourself at the end, so you good. You
Yeah.
good.
okay,
You
all
got it.
right. Just want to make sure Black Twitter doesn't cancel me because they ruthless as the beehive. Donovan Wilkins. Don't call me Donovan. Hate it. Donnie. In between getting some projects started, writing the script for a Netflix show to pitch. But overall, just out here struggling.
Aren't we all?
Right. Taking that struggling artist another level.
Aren't we all?
And then you have me. I go by the name Liddell Fashionista. You can find me on Instagram at Liddell D Fashionista, or also at True Urban Culture, primary IG page. And I'm just out here, in these streets, doing what I do, macking how I mac. You know the vibe.
Man, this ain't 1985. Man, said Mac and how I Mac. Bro, what the heck?
I'm on the old head, all right?
You leaning
when
too
you said
comfortably.
okay boomer earlier in the episode.
Nah, bro. He leaning too
comfortably. It was the most cringe thing I've ever heard.
He leaning too comfortably in that old head stage.
Those old people that try to like sound hip and cool.
Okay, boomer. What was that? What was that? 2018, 19? Yeah, exactly. That's 3 years. That's because that's 3 years ago. What are you talking about?
Anymore?
3 years ain't that long.
Man, it's 2021.
It is.
It's
Never mind.
It is.
What are you talking about right now?
It is. But all right, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Once again, if you have, please like, share, subscribe. Tune in with your boy. Join the Tuck family. Follow us on our social media. Plug our stuff. Share this. Y'all know the vibes, man. Just keep it locked with the Tuck fam. And we out in 3, 2, 1.